In the shadowy corners of folklore, cryptids, creatures like Mothman, Bigfoot, and the Loch Ness Monster, captivate the human imagination. These elusive beings, often described as large, humanoid, or monstrous, have sparked countless sightings, stories, and debates. Mothman, a winged humanoid reportedly seen in West Virginia, and Bigfoot, the towering ape-like creature of North American forests, are among the most iconic. But could such creatures exist within the framework of evolution and biology? In this video, we will delve into the origins of cryptid legends, the biological and evolutionary plausibility of Mothman and Bigfoot, and the scientific lens through which we can understand these enduring mysteries. The world of cryptids. Cryptids are creatures whose existence is rumored but unproven by mainstream science. The term, coined in 1983 by cryptozoologist John E. Wall, encompasses a wide range of beings, from sea serpents to chupacabras. Unlike extinct species like dinosaurs, cryptids are often believed to inhabit modern ecosystems, evading detection despite extensive human exploration. Their persistence in folklore reflects humanity's fascination with the unknown, but their biological plausibility is a matter of rigorous scrutiny. Mothman and Bigfoot stand out due to their cultural impact in detailed eyewitness accounts. Mothman, described as a 7-foot-tall creature with glowing red eyes and moth-like wings, emerged in Point Pleasant, West Virginia in 1966-1967. Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, is a bipedal, ape-like creature reported across North America, often depicted as 6'10" feet tall with shaggy fur. Both have inspired books, films, and investigations. But what does science say about their existence? The Mothman phenomenon. The Mothman legend began in November 1966 when two young couples in Point Pleasant reported seeing a winged, red-eyed creature chasing their car. Over the next year, dozens of sightings followed, culminating in the collapse of the Silver Bridge in December 1967, which killed 46 people. Some link the tragedy to Mothman, casting it as a harbinger of doom. John Keel's 1975 book, The Mothman Prophecies, popularized the creature, blending eyewitness accounts with paranormal theories. Descriptions of Mothman vary, but typically include a humanoid shape, large wings, and glowing eyes. Sightings have dwindled since the 1960s, but the creature remains a cultural icon, celebrated in Point Pleasant's annual Mothman Festival. Biological plausibility. From a biological perspective, Mothman presents significant challenges. A winged humanoid capable of flight would require a unique evolutionary path. Birds and bats, the only vertebrates capable of powered flight, have lightweight skeletons, powerful chest muscles, and specialized respiratory systems. A 7-foot humanoid with wings would need an enormous wingspan, potentially 20-30 feet, to generate lift, far exceeding reported descriptions. The square cube law, which dictates that volume and weight increases faster than surface area, makes flight for a creature of Mothman's size energetically implausible. The glowing red eyes, a hallmark of Mothman, could theoretically result from bioluminescence or reflective retinas, like those of cats, but no known primates or large mammals exhibit such traits. If Mothman were a surviving pterosaur or avian species, it would require an unbroken lineage from the Mesozoic era. Yet no fossil evidence supports large winged vertebrates surviving into the modern era. Evolutionary context. Evolution favors traits that enhance survival and reproduction. A large winged humanoid would face ecological challenges, such as competition for food and habitat. Forests, where Mothman is often sighted, are dense environments ill-suited for flight, and the creature's size would require significant caloric intake, unlikely in a region heavily explored by humans. The absence of physical evidence, such as bones or droppings, further undermines Mothman's existence. Alternative explanations. Skeptics propose that Mothman sightings stem from misidentified animals, particularly large birds. The sandhill crane, a 6-foot-tall bird with a red forehead, was common in West Virginia during the 1960s and could appear humanoid in low light. Owls, with their reflective eyes and silent flight, are another candidate. Psychological factors such as mass hysteria during the tense Cold War era may have amplified reports, especially after the Silver Bridge collapse heightened local fears. The Bigfoot phenomenon. Bigfoot or Sasquatch has roots in Native American folklore, with tribes like the Salish describing wild hairy men in the Pacific Northwest. Modern sightings surged in the 1950s, particularly after the 1967 Patterson-Gimlin film, which purportedly shows a female Bigfoot striding across a California creek bed. Thousands of sightings have been reported since, from the forests of Oregon to the swamps of Florida, often accompanied by footprints, vocalizations, or blurry photos. Bigfoot is typically described as a 6'10" bipedal primate with dark fur, immense strength, and elusive behavior. Organizations like the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, BFRO, catalog thousands of reports, though physical evidence remains scarce. Biological plausibility. Bigfoot's description aligns with a large primate, prompting comparisons to extinct hominids like Gigantopithecus, a 9-foot ape that lived in Asia until about 100,000 years ago. Gigantopithecus is a popular candidate for Bigfoot's ancestor, but its extinction and lack of North American fossils weaken this theory. Modern great apes, like gorillas, share traits with Bigfoot: bipedalism in short bursts, robust builds, but none reach the reported size or inhabit North America's temperate forests. A breeding population of Bigfoot would require significant resources. A 2020 study in Ecology estimated that a population of 500 large primates would need a habitat of at least 1,000 square miles, with abundant food, such as berries, game, or fish. The Pacific Northwest, a Bigfoot hotspot, could theoretically support such a population, but the absence of consistent physical evidence, bones, scat, or DNA, is a major hurdle. A single Bigfoot skeleton would weigh hundreds of pounds and be unlikely to go undiscovered in heavily trafficked regions. Evolutionary context. If Bigfoot exists, it would likely be a relic population of hominids or primates that diverge from known species. Evolutionary biology suggests that isolated populations can survive in remote habitats, as seen with species like the Sala, a rare bovine discovered in Vietnam in 1992. However, primates are social, and a viable Bigfoot population would need at least 5,100 individuals to avoid inbreeding, increasing the likelihood of detection. The lack of fossils or genetic material in North America, despite extensive paleontological surveys, suggests Bigfoot is not a surviving hominid. Alternative explanations. Many Bigfoot sightings are attributed to misidentified animals, particularly bears. Black bears, which can stand upright and reach 7 feet, share Bigfoot's size and habitat. Footprints, often cited as evidence, are frequently hoaxes or distorted by environmental factors like mud or snow. The Patterson-Gimlin film, while compelling, has been debated for decades, with some analyses suggesting a human in a suit. Psychological factors, such as pareidolia, seeing patterns and ambiguity, and cultural priming from media like Harry and the Hendersons, may also drive reports. The broader context of cryptids. Mothman and Bigfoot are part of a broader cryptid phenomenon, including creatures like the Loch Ness Monster, Yeti, and Chupacabra. Each shares common traits: elusive behavior, humanoid or animalistic features, and a lack of verifiable evidence. Cryptozoology, the study of cryptids, seeks to discover new species, but mainstream biology dismisses most claims due to the absence of physical proof. Evolutionary plausibility. Evolution supports the discovery of new species, particularly in unexplored regions like deep oceans or dense jungles. The okapi, a zebra-like mammal, was discovered in the Congo in 1901, proving that large animals can evade detection. However, cryptids like Mothman and Bigfoot inhabit well-studied ecosystems. The 2019 discovery of a new fish species in the Pacific Ocean required extensive DNA analysis, underscoring the rigorous evidence needed to confirm a species' existence. Evidence cryptids lack. Ecological niches. Cryptids would need to occupy specific ecological niches to survive. Mothman's reported flight suggests a predatory or scavenging role, but no known vertebrate fills this niche in North America. Bigfoot's size and diet imply a generalist omnivore, similar to bears, but its elusiveness defies the ecological footprint of large mammals. The absence of consistent tracks, hair, or scat in well-monitored habitats like national parks challenges their plausibility. The role of culture and psychology. Cryptid legends thrive on human psychology and cultural storytelling. The need to explain the unknown drives myths, as seen in ancient tales of dragons or sea monsters. Modern media amplifies cryptids, with shows like Mountain Monsters and Finding Bigfoot blending fact and fiction. Social media platforms, including posts on X, perpetuate sightings, often without verification, as users share grainy photos or anecdotal accounts. Cognitive biases, such as confirmation bias and the availability heuristic, lead people to interpret ambiguous stimuli, like shadows or animal calls, as evidence of cryptids. Mass hysteria, as seen in the Mothman sightings, can amplify reports during times of stress, such as the 1960s social upheaval. The Silverbridge collapse, for instance, may have retroactively framed Mothman as a supernatural omen. Scientific investigations. Cryptozoologists like Jeff Meldrum, a professor of anatomy, argue that Bigfoot merits serious study, citing footprints and anecdotal evidence. However, mainstream science demands rigorous proof. DNA analysis of alleged Bigfoot samples, such as a 2014 study in Proceedings of the Royal Society B, consistently identifies known animals like bears or cows. Mothman lacks even this level of physical evidence, with no specimens or artifacts to analyze. Technological advances, like trail cameras and environmental DNA sampling, have revolutionized wildlife research. A 2022 study used eDNA to detect rare species in remote habitats, yet no such evidence supports cryptids in heavily studied regions. Drones and satellite imagery further reduce the likelihood of large, undiscovered creatures evading detection. Could cryptids exist? Theoretically, a relic population of large primates or an undiscovered winged species could exist in remote areas, but the odds are slim. Bigfoot's survival would require a stable population, ample resources, and extraordinary elusiveness in monitored ecosystems. Mothman's flight and morphology defy known evolutionary patterns. Both lack the fossil, genetic, or ecological evidence expected of large vertebrates. Undiscovered species are more likely in oceans or rainforests where exploration is limited. The 2023 discovery of a deep-sea octopus species off Hawaii shows that new animals can still be found, but these are typically small or microbial, not large mammals or humanoids. Societal and cultural impact. Cryptids reflect humanity's curiosity and fear of the unknown. They inspire tourism, as seen in Point Pleasant's Mothman Museum and Bigfoot-themed festivals in Oregon. They also fuel scientific skepticism, encouraging critical thinking about evidence and belief. However, the commercialization of cryptids can exploit gullibility, with hoaxes and sensationalized media muddying the waters. Conclusion: Mothman and Bigfoot captivate us because they embody the mystery of the unexplored, but evolution and biology offer little support for their existence. Mothman's winged humanoid form defies aerodynamic and ecological principles, likely stemming from misidentified birds, challenge science to balance open-mindedness with rigor, reminding us that the unknown inspires both wonder and skepticism. While the forests and skies may hold secrets, the truth about Mothman, Bigfoot, and their kin lies more in human imagination than in biological reality. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more content. Thank you.